the group stages continuing action, this being day number 4 now here with the group stages. With the matchup that we have to kick it off here, this is 2-0 versus Sync Esports here, and of course a 2-game series that we're excited to get going into. With that said, hopefully you guys are excited to be here as well. We got some good Han here planned, including this one, followed by another 2-game series, so 4 matches in total. Obviously a good amount of Han today, as usual, coming at you. So, excited to be here. I'm going to be joined by, of course, a co-caster here today. I'm going to be joined by, it's been a while. It's been a while here. I'm going to be joined by Shorkon. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. And, I mean, you guys see me sitting in the side of Sync right now. Don't worry about that. They just needed someone to sit in for the draft. They're going to be remaking the game. But, yeah, man, it's been so long.
It has.
It's been really long. Like, I honestly can say that I really missed casting with you. It's just a lot of fun. In general, it was just yeah. But anyways, now that we're here, hello everyone. I have returned from the dead.
He has.
Yeah.
You're also playing too. I mean, so not only are you casting here, but obviously you've been playing with Nightmare Nights. As we're going to be casting you guys in the second series, obviously. So.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. We're gonna be playing against what is it, Mystery Gang, and I know for a fact that Stan March and New McNoob, who are playing with me, they've been playing with Cannon Dwarf and Jisman. They know them really well because they're on the Solaire Club together for a really long time back in season 3. So there's some feuds. Everyone wants to win really badly. It's going to be a great game.
All right. So, yeah, again, to clarify, as you mentioned, you are sitting here, but like you said, you're just sitting in place of Massera, who's still getting back, apparently having some issues with transportation over there in Sweden. Hopefully going to make it home there very shortly, though, and we'll be good to go. But, yeah, stepping in for the draft at least. Playing and casting at the same time. That would be another level here, but not actually happening. All right, so let's start talking about this draft, though, here, Shorkon.
Okay.
See what we got going. So the initial ban, so it was Warbeast, Hellbringer, Parasite, Wild Soul. We had that Tremble first pick into Lodestone, Midas into Behemoth, Deadwood in his Silhouette. But giving up Tremble, it always feels a little scary to do that.
Yeah. Well, at the same time, though, 2-0 has been running so much Wild Soul and has left, honestly, picked up on that really well. I'm not sure the Hellbringer was a necessary ban because we've noticed that if people are running Hellbringer as a core, then it's really easy to shut him down if he's middle. And with the support role, I mean, you're not really going to get that Resto Stone really quickly, so people can get Nullfire Blades quickly enough to prevent that from really being an issue. But now they let through the Tremble, which I still think is a very ridiculous hero.
Yeah.
In terms of laning presence, unless you man up on him with a really strong dual lane, which it doesn't look like they're going to be doing because Lodestone Behemoth and Silhouette for that reason, he really is quite a terror to deal with as a suicide, as well as for the carry. Silhouette can get ganked at minute 10 if the suicide from 2-0 is doing well. Hey, I'm playing a Luna.
There you go. There you go for you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Now, you mentioning about that Silhouette. Look at that 4th pick over here from 2-0. We saw this recently. I don't think it was even them. Another team that did it. But picking up the Witch Slayer, that man,
I love it.
The Power Drain, the Hex, both abilities to instantly kill the illusions here.
And it's also a good way of canceling the Nullstone. That Silhouette is most definitely going to get. I really love this pick, but it's gonna be really difficult to make it work because he needs a PK, I think. Witch Slayer really needs a PK to get in position to get those good stuns off, but once he does, every time Behemoth jumps in with an ultimate, if Witch Slayer is on point, he's going to prevent Behemoth from doing anything else. Which is going to be fantastic. No Fissure and no stun for, 4.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So it's really down to 2-0 creating space for the support as well as, like, are they playing the support Midas again, or is it a jungling war gladiator? I don't know. They do some weird things.
They do, yeah. 2-0 has that history here. Yeah.
With Midas Witch Slayer Gladiator?
Midas Witch Slayer Gladiator. That would be pretty
I
unique.
think that would be the only way. I'm not sure Deadwood really fits into a Trilane, seeing as he needs the levels really quickly, and, well, yeah, Tremble.
Yeah, you never want to do that with
Speaks
Tremble.
for itself.
I think it's going to be a jungle gladiator if I had to guess. Honestly, that is
Yeah.
something that they are known to do. And yeah, Pexu. Again, they're not on the heroes just yet. They're waiting for this final pick of Sync, I'm sure, before they actually swap it around and ready up. Going to keep them guessing here.
Yeah, and I get to play Luna, so that's gonna be great. No, the remake is gonna be happening. Prisoner.
Okay.
That's. Oh, I get to play Silhouette. Nice. No. This is kind of strange for me. Behemoth is gonna be semi-supporting, most likely on his left. Then Lodestone Suicide and Prisoner middle. I mean, it's not a bad pick, but I have a feeling that Prisoner is pretty susceptible to getting ganked by the Gladiator in the woods with that showdown as well as the pitfall.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can get another rotating support, then it's going to be an easy kill every time.
All right, so here's that remake that we're talking about here. So again, now it's just a matter of Massera getting online. It looks like he actually is online, so this shouldn't be much of a delay here, which is the good news. But so yeah, you mentioned the Prisoner, the final pick, the secondary support though, Behemoth. That very likely means what it's going to be here. I know there's been some opinions out. You know, if you're going to run a Behemoth, running it as a secondary support, just not as strong. Are you under that belief? Do you think it's kind of a waste? You would rather run him as a suicide, or?
Well, I'm under the impression that if you have Behemoth as a suicide, if they don't get a good, decent start, they're just going to keep dying. And if he's as a semi-support, he can just roam freely and be a nuisance to the enemy middle.
Yeah.
So it's that trade-off with, do you want to focus more on getting that PK faster, but give their carry complete free farm? Because Behemoth doesn't do much in terms of pressuring the carry. And at the same time, you could ask for a slightly slower PK, but you're able to deal with the enemy mid. You're able to pressure the enemy mid really well. Of course, you can do that as a suicide as well, but then you pretty much have a jungler plus a semi-supporting Behemoth.
Yeah.
Because he won't be in the suicide lane. So it's that trade-off that they need to try and, work through, I'd say. But if Zlaft has a good start and is able to get pulls off and get a quick PK, it's going to be huge because Lodestone is able to pressure the carry way more than a Behemoth ever could.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like, again, all five on the other side are going to be good to go here. I'll cut to the action when we're actually in the game, guys. I promise you we haven't started just yet. But taking a look at the group standings once again before we get into the game here. Again, this is how things currently look here now on day number 4 of 6 days in total. Of course, we continue on in this weekend of Saturday and Sunday. That's where a lot of matches are going to be played here. But you see Sync currently 2-1-0 with 7 points. You have 2-0 currently at 1-0-2. With the 3 points. So both these teams have played 3 series. This is their 4th one here. 2-0's trying to make up some room. Sync trying to keep the momentum going here, you could say. So it looks like... Oh.
Yeah, okay, so another 5 minutes. But
interesting.
At 2-0, I was really surprised by them last cycle.
Yeah.
That they managed to beat Complexity as well as BMG, all these top teams. And they even managed to take out Fresh in the... What was it? The loser bracket semifinals?
It was, in the losers bracket, I guess round 1 would be.
Yeah, round 1.
Term,
yeah, whatever it is, half, I don't know.
That thing.
But, yeah, that thing. But it's, I'm surprised. And then they did end up getting beaten by Reason in the end, or sorry, ECX.
Evil, yeah.
Reason's not in Diamond anymore.
I was gonna say there is now another Reason team, so we got to be careful with that. But
yeah,
and then
I still just think of them as Reason because nothing changed except for their name.
I know it does feel weird.
Same thing with Willowkeeper and BMG. Oh man, oh man, that was frustrating for a really really long time. I was actually just watching an Onslaught game, kind of reminiscing.
Oh wow. From
the first Onslaught. When do you remember that game where it was Team Who versus Mint? And Mint at that time had Probusk, Icing Gogo, and Labyrinth as well.
Okay.
It was the game that ended up taking super long, and it was with the Kongor fight where Pharaoh hooks in, and then Prisoner hooked out the Warbeast, and then Pharaoh got the token. It was a fun game.
I think I do. I think I do remember that. Now that you're mentioning that, yeah.
Yeah. It was you and Mini Maggot criticizing the Soul Stealer pickups the entire game, pretty much.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course. No, it was a long time ago, it feels like.
It's been a lot. I mean, it has. A lot has happened. I mean, in the big scheme of things, again, remind myself even that I've been doing this now for over 6 years here, even as far as casting Heroes on Earth, and it's been a lot that has happened over this time. It's fun. It is fun to reminisce on the past. You know, we do the Honcast histories every once in a while, and
Hmm.
and rebroadcast a lot of these older matches, and remember those fun days as well. But
But those are really old matches.
yeah,
Those Han histories, oh man,
oh yeah.
I played back then just as a TMM, I don't know, public game scrub in the end, just a noob, just doing that thing. Come home from school, play a couple of games of Han. I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people do the same, but everything looked so different. Like the creeps were different, the map was different, the overlays, everything. It was, and when I think back to it, I always thought that it was like it is now, in a
Hmm.
way. Also, the thing that really messes me up now is when you're playing, you see your own damage when you hit things.
When you're
You see
playing.
the amount of damage you do
What do you mean
to
by that?
creeps and stuff.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if you've played a game since Tuesday, but you can see your own damage when you attack something or when you use a spell or something, which really screwed me up at the start. I was like, what's going on here? What are these numbers?
Wait, really? I
Yeah,
actually haven't played since Tuesday, to be honest, so I wouldn't have noticed that
yeah.
myself. Well, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see your spell damage and your hero damage, and it's kind of screwed up with DOTs. Like it says with Myrmidon's Weed Field, it says it does 2 damage, but it's actually like duk, 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 of course.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah,
Interesting.
it's interesting. You should try it out in Mid Wars or
I know that
whatever.
was at SPT for a while, so but they didn't incorporate that. Okay. So I have
Yeah,
experience of that from that perspective, but interesting. Huh.
yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, things have changed. Things have definitely
Things
changed
have
as far as the
changed.
game and everything. But something I have actually brought up several times, and now you're a player now back on the scene, and you're here in Diamond for this cycle, and you haven't necessarily got to experience it a whole lot just yet. But man, I mean, our competition right now, it is like all 8 teams right now in Diamond, including you guys. I mean, really, it's up. I don't know what's going to happen as far as making the playoffs, let alone winning this whole thing. We've already had 3. I brought this up last cycle. We've already had 3 different cycle winners in Complexity, Fresh, and now Evil Corporation most recently. We have never had more than 2 cycle winners in the previous 3 seasons during the whole seasons. So
Okay, but I think what has happened was that in the old days, you had those teams who did this for a living. It
yeah,
seems like it has changed a bit that people who want to do this for a living, many of them have moved to
okay,
that other game, but it's just the people who really love this game and want to play this game, they're with it. But I mean, everybody does things on the side, so yeah, it's
they.
difficult.
So what you're getting as no one is the
No one
very
is doing it.
100%
Yeah,
committed to. No, I mean that's
except for
definitely fair.
Slapped.
Except
Except for
yeah,
Slapped.
he's like the only one that has the resources right now to be able to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, with his stream being so as successful as it is, he's able to maintain his current lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I mean, I couldn't do it for one. School on the side, just hobbies, everything.
Yeah.
You need to make time for it, and I would, I would love to be a professional gamer and do it for all my life and just, party, party, whatever. But
It's
it's
there's
just
that
not.
thing called money that gets in the way that you got to be able to
Yeah,
have
like
to
I
use to
mean,
spend on things. And I mean we obviously got some decent prize pools, but yeah, you can't be sitting here making a living off of it. That's for sure.
yeah.
So
Anyways, the game has started.
it
As
has.
pleasant as our conversation was.
Yeah. All
Yeah, it
right.
is slapped on the Behemoth. In the end, and Masera playing the prisoner, Haxorn on Silhouette. I did find it strange, by the way, when Haxorn was playing mid for Mint for that short time.
Yeah, that did feel it just felt off. I mean, he did it
Yeah,
well. Like, and now to be fair, like in his very early days when he actually first started playing on the scene, way back, with the early Fnatic and whatnot, he actually was a middle player. He was known for playing pebbles and things like that. But so it was kind of interesting, kind of going back to that. But yeah, he just sits so much better as a carry. Yeah, that is his
yeah.
role. So it's good to see him back in there for sure.
I wonder what Sync is trying to do here. Are they really going to block Gladiator's camps? I
Oh.
guess that's just the pole camp originally, but there's a Rev Ward and a normal ward on Behemoth.
Yeah, maybe.
Are they gonna? Oh my God, are they gonna get Witch Slayer? By Witch Slayer?
No, there we go. Lodestone goes in. The hook. Oh no, he didn't hook yet. I thought Prisoner had hooks already. Never mind. Serenia gets bloodless kill on a Cyrox right there. Yeah, they just found the Witch Slayer in the bottom lane.
I mean, they must have seen them though. Were they just that slow with getting out of the base? Because they should be there earlier and be able to place a ward. So I'm gonna call that a misplay. Of course, well played by Sync to find him in the end, but it really just felt kind of weird just running through the lane like that.
Yeah. How about this too now? Aggressive trial lane is happening on the side of Sync. They're going to go up against the Tremble and Witch Slayer to start here, of course, with Gladiator in the jungle, so kind of a pseudo trial lane here. But you would think that this aggressive trial lane is going to have a really big advantage.
Yeah, for sure. Witch Slayer's stun also, the stun duration increases per level, so if he's not able to get any levels, then, well, too bad. And he also misplaced his rough ward. And I wonder, like, Gladiator is going to have such limited impact now. He has to level his whip, otherwise he can't even farm woods. And at the top lane, we have Deadwood with boots versus a Silhouette. So it's possible that Sync wins all 3 lanes, except for mid, maybe. If Zephyranthi does well in the Midas, he's going to maybe snowball.
I don't know why Witch Slayer was playing so aggressive down here. Like, now, Behemoth, to be fair, wasn't showing, but... I mean, Prisoner and Aluna are here in the lane, and Witch Slayer was kind of going up onto Aluna, harassing her as if that would be a smart thing. Hell, even if it just was Aluna and Prisoner, like, I think that in itself is actually pretty risky. And Behemoth happened to be there.
I mean, Aluna's power through does 140 magic damage at level 1, and then when you have the Prisoner, another 100 physical damage. So, and yeah, Scary is not having a good time here. Yeah. He places a mound, and then it get instantly killed, and now Behemoth is actually warding the easy camp for Gladiator.
He actually came over and he stole the last creep even, and then he counter wards it to prevent it from spawning. So Zlap just being a nuisance here.
I really think that 2-0 has to sort of try lane this now. Gladiator's not the worst, and there's the nice block from Zlap. Holy crap.
Yep, one more auto attack. There we go. That is now 3 deaths, all on Cyrox here in the Witch Slayer. Clearly, again, it was a good pick against the Silhouette, but I mean, probably any support would be falling like this with the positioning and everything, but still, it's just really unfortunate. And you're right, though. I mean, they kind of have to address it now by sending Gladiator down to make it a true trial lane, but they've already given up 3 kills, and that means, you know, we're seeing, do we see mana batteries? Yeah, mana battery and Luna, as well as boots for that matter, and there's a block on a Gladiator. Tremble just can't do anything. He's like, well, I can walk around and hopefully scare them, but that's not going to happen. The auto attack from Behemoth will finish off Gladiator. It's 2-0. They're going to have to change something, or else this could be getting out of hand way too quickly.
Seriously, just leave Tremble here. He's the safest out of everyone because he can sort of sit in his mounds, but like Witch Slayer, he's finally getting the ward up. This is now a good ward, so you can actually see the whereabouts from Behemoth and such, but they also got lane control on Sync side now.
Yeah. And
the pole camp is still blocked. I really don't know what they're going to do with the limited amount of levels that they have. Behemoth also has a fish already, and look at Cyrox. What is he doing?
What is he doing? Yeah, like
they have vision.
It just doesn't make any sense how he's playing so aggressive. Now they're trying for the turn kill. However, a nice pull away from Gladiator. Behemoth is going to fall though, so finally something here for the Legion team. But Gladiator will go down in response. Tremble chasing, but Aluna. Oh, she chose the power throw. Tried it for Witch Slayer. If she went for Tremble right there, yeah, I think they actually could have maybe turned on to him, but she got a little greedy, went elsewhere, and so that's how it will end, the 1-for-1 there.
Yeah, anyway, semi-support for semi-support, I think Sync still comes out on top because they have so much more sustain. You see that the Prisoner has a Chalice and a health pot, so he's going to be able to hook again and again and again. And then you have Aluna, who's got a mana battery and also a mana pot right now. And with that lane control, it's going to be really difficult for Scary to get any farm at all. I mean, he's at 260 GPM, so kudos to him for even having that much.
Yeah.
Honestly, but yeah. Mid lane, though, Lodestone is going to get gone on.
Off to the side, you see at the top rune up here. He is going to be fine, so competing for that top rune. It looks like Zephyranthi, though, here on Midas was able to pick it up. Pops the illusions right here, so good catch there from Zephyranthi. Back to the bottom lane, though. Action continues. Aluna is in trouble, but they got the kill first onto Witch Slayer before she falls. So, again, a main support for a main support. So we are at least trading now if you're 2-0,
Yeah.
but it's still, again, favors Sync, you would think.
It's a good start, at least. I mean, couldn't they also just try to get a gank off at top? They have that mount from Scary there as well, and once Deadwood gets level 6, it's going to be a free kill on Silhouette for sure.
All right.
I mean, I think Deadwood might even be able to do it alone if he gets that level and is able to get nearby.
Yeah, the wrong grass Willowmaker. I mean, that should be a kill, you would think, especially with the log in hand. So we'll see if he's able to actually catch Silhouette. Lodestone going in the middle lane, but okay, just more so harassing. You see Zibe letting the rocket drill does the head smash, but Midas somewhat tanky with the double crushing claw. You see again right there, and kind of keeping him pressured actually. But speaking of the top lane, you're right. Deadwood does his work, and eventually it does get the kill on a Silhouette. Now back to the bottom lane. Actually, Pitfall hitting on a Prisoner. They want to try to kill him here. Darkstorm's off from Treble, but he is taking a lot of damage. Fidger Stun comes out. The power throw is going to miss, though,
man.
from a Luna. And
Oh, the hook,
survive.
though, on the Witch Slayer. Okay, that's a dead Witch Slayer.
They get something out of it. The Witch Slayer for
Yeah.
his 5th death now in 5.5 minutes.
That, at this point, you just want to... This is the point where you start crying. As a full support Witch Slayer who needs farm and levels, he's level 3 right now, and I mean it's good that he's taking his miniaturize instead of his power drain, so he's at least a little bit useful with those low levels. But I feel bad for him. There's not much he can do with the Fissure into the hook.
No, it's a rough time. But again, getting the kill on his Silhouette at the top lane, that was huge. He has Steam Boots now. You see STSD. Do you think Deadwood maybe should rotate to the bottom here to try to set up a kill?
Yeah, for sure. Gladiator might be in some trouble. Nope.
It's going to be fine here. The action definitely not falling short, though. I mean, it is just hot
But
here
his
in the
Lodestone.
bottom lane. Lodestone is coming in the flank. A big stun right there from Zibe. Gets the kill on Gladiator. There is a TP coming in. Here comes that Deadwood as well as Midas. Shatterstorm, though, will kill Witch Slayer yet again. Lodestone finally goes down after the fact. The Rotten Grass is barely going to miss on a Prisoner in the meantime. So I think they
Behemoth
should be able
doesn't
to
have
get away.
boots.
Oh, yeah, no, that's going to hurt. He's hit by the
Nice
block
block.
right there. The block on a Midas, not so much though. Elemental War Power Prisoner with the pull into the tower. Behemoth does eventually go down, but can they maybe get the turn kill? No. Midas is going to survive. Whew. I mean, this is just intense action. It's 9 to 5 hero kills already and only 7 minutes into this game here.
Yeah, what we were saying about you have to man up on the Tremble, they did it successfully, and I think that's all there is to say about it. I mean, Zibe just went to the bottom lane and pretty much got 2 solo kills by just running down there and head smashing some people. But in the meantime, though, Haxtrin does pick up the tower kill at top lane, and that's why the gold deficit increased.
Oh,
Bottom lane.
Witch Slayer again. This is just brutal, man. He's going to fall yet again. Prison Break even used right there, but actually, Prisoner will go down. And now that's a trade that obviously 2-0 would love to have.
Yeah, I mean, look at Scary now. He's 400. He's pretty scary. He's 430 GPM.
Wow. Holy crap, yeah. He just skyrocketed all of a sudden. I guess that was, yeah, he got him. I was going to say that must have been a streak stop right there, and he actually got some nice bonus gold for that kill as well onto the Prisoner. So, I mean, that's amazing to me. I mean, this was what, like a 4-0 start at this bottom lane for Sync?
Look at Witch Slayer, 1-7.
Yeah, 1-7-3.
That just goes to show what type of a lane it was.
Yeah. Yet, you could argue like 2-0's in a fairly decent spot now because of that Tremble alone.
Yeah.
We know what he can do. So now you're getting to the point of Sync, like, does Sync almost think about giving up this bottom lane? As I say that, they are starting to move here.
Or are they?
It looks like. Well, I'm thinking about it. But the Sword's seeing everything, so.
Yeah, good word from Cyrox.
Doing something right there.
And he did level his mana drain at level 4, which is nice.
Yeah. No, that's...
Making sure to be able to insta-kill the illusion. I really like the idea of Witch Slayer countering a Silhouette. You just need to make sure that they can't man up on you. And Zibe, what?
Huh.
Okay.
He's doing work here on this Lodestone.
I mean, he even has a mid-ward to scout stuff out, and he still died. I don't know how a Shatterstorm was gonna really finish off a Midas. I mean, does he have enough damage? 1k life?
With the
He
Shatterstorm,
shouldn't have enough damage.
I mean,
Oh,
clearly
no.
he must have been hurt a little bit. Yeah, I didn't notice it
Yeah.
initially, but It's clearly got the kill, no matter how he made it happen. 3-1-1 now for Zebe, 340 gold per minute. And in fact, he has his portal key and 50 gold here. He is on red boots, but he's going to have that very quickly now in this game here.
That's going to be huge, by the way.
Yeah.
Going for the tremble every single time. There's no way he can really escape from that. But talking about tremble, he's got lightning and 30 gold.
Yep. How effective is that going to... I mean, the jungle's not, like, stacked or anything like that, though. So is that going to necessarily be, like, the biggest deal?
It's just also going to offer a lot in team fights. Especially because with the double attack, it procs so often that it just does so much damage. I mean, it's 150 magic damage per 2.5 attacks. But, okay, Tremble might be in some trouble.
Yeah, they found him here. There's the prison break, pulls him back. You see that power throw coming through, level 3, a lot of damage, and definitely sets up the kill eventually. Massera getting credit right there. Onto him. Nice
Deadwood.
Block as well. Deadwood was running over. This Ward of Sight spotted him, of course, and he eventually gets caught. It's like he was like, wait, what just happened over here? Oh, they're still all here, of course. Yeah, the positioning seems a little off here sometimes.
I mean, they have that ward from Cyrox, but it must have just been... Did they use Veiled Rot?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they just ran up.
Yeah.
But it is the fact that it's downhill. They probably just ran through the woods. Look at... Oh, no, that's Word of Revelation. Never mind. Nothing. They countered the ward that Cyrox placed because they obviously saw it earlier. And bottom,
again,
Prisoner.
Is Tremble actually going to get a kill? Yeah, he almost did himself. Meanwhile, off to the side, they do catch a Luna. And going to set up a kill on her. Oh, almost ran away before, but eventually does get the kill. I mean, all 5 are down here. We have 20 hero kills in 11.5 minutes. Again, the pace of this game is just absurd right now with where we're at. But in the big picture, Sync does have 2 heroes, 400 plus GPM in both Silhouette and Prisoner. That's something to keep in mind. I mean, Silhouette has yet to be involved at all. She does have that death from Deadwood earlier, but other than that, she's been sitting at the top lane, farming away.
What I do want to say, though, is that the Legion, how is the Hellborn ever going to break base? Same thing for Legion trying to break base of the Hellborn. They have Silhouette to only split push. Oh, Tremble might be in some trouble. Okay, Prisoner was not in position for the hook, but... Look at Deadwood, though.
Yeah, he's kind of... I don't know if he wants to be here or not. I don't think he does. He's kind of just got trapped here, though. So he's not...
I think they could make something happen with this. They do have the Gladiator ultimate. Here comes the rod, and it misses. Unfortunate.
Yeah, if that lands, then perhaps an initiation, but they choose not to. Portal key now on Prisoner, by the way. They already have their PKs on Prisoner and Lodestone at 12.5 minutes here. That's huge for Sync, of course.
Yeah, and there's an Invis rune that Zebe is going to pick up as well. If they use that to get another kill on Tremble now, then Tremble's farm is really going to be destroyed. I mean, this entire time, you see Haxor, and he's 0-1-0 from that one kill at top lane that Deadwood made, and he still has 420 GPM. He's just going to keep farming. Yeah. He's got No Stone soon as well. So it's looking good for him. But at least 2-0 got the bottom tower.
Yeah, they did, and obviously, yeah, again, especially considering that, I mean, the gold is only a 3,000 gold lead right now for Sync, so, yeah, more to the point that what was seeming like this is going to be a very quickly out-of-hand game, and that was eventually able to be calmed down. Lowstone middle lane, he's not going to be able to make a play. He actually used the Shadow Storm right there defensively. He got hit by the Rotten Grasp and used it to make a point. Yeah, try to jump me, so... Deadwood chose it was best to not go for it, and I think that's safe to say it was a very correct decision there. He tanks up quite a bit with that Shadow Storm activated, so good defensive use there at least.
I'm very happy Peksu is maxing Pitfall and Showdown, though. The tools are just so strong to be able to initiate without a PK.
Oh, yeah. And
just have something that goes through Shrunken as well with the ultimate. Like, Gladiator is such a strong hero right now, but putting him middle, he doesn't do that much with the farm. He only needs the levels. So, ideally, you'd want him in the suicide lane. Only he can't suicide. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
His skill set speaks to me as a suicide hero, but in the jungle is the second best option, pretty much.
Yeah, they're very innovative to kind of start doing that, and it's kind of picked up steam a little bit. I mean, Gladiator as a hero has kind of been picked up here and there in places.
Bottom lane
has become more of an attractive pickup in general. Now, bottom lane, Midas he is actually going to be fine. He manages to elemental warp before Lodestone and others could get there, so good reaction timing on Zephyrante's part. Yeah,
it was kind of interesting why Zlapt would use Enrage before Fisher, because Fisher just stuns for a longer time when he's 2-1-2. So he would have been able to get the stun off, and then I think it would have been a kill.
No, you're right. I think that was a little greedy right there. He wanted to enrage first to get that auto attack damage, perhaps, but
mid lane
missed on a kill as a result. Middle lane, Lodestone again. He gets the Shatterstorm off, so he's pretty tanky here. Gonna explode right there on a Midas and sets up the kill. The head smash of Portal Key. He actually gets away in the end. Behemoth does fall. Lodestone made his way out of it though. Look at Silhouette. She is here now. This is the real one currently. Prisoner is gonna miss the hook. As Showdown pulls back Silhouette, but now she does swap out as the Call to Arms comes in. So going to kill that illusion eventually, but the tower is going to fall in the Legion's favor. So again, when it comes to team fights, I mean, the Call to Arms alone of Gladiator's presence is definitely something to be concerned of if you're Sync here, no matter what kind of lead you're looking at. And,
I mean, look at his levels now.
Yeah,
he's level 10. Like, how did this happen exactly? He managed to start off with a blocked easy camp as a jungling gladiator, and then they tri-laned, but I guess he's just there for all the kills.
Yeah.
He's greedy for all of the XP.
Hey, that's nice to have. I mean, the Call to Arms goes back to it. It's lesser cooldown, more impactful in the end, longer duration, I believe. Yeah, 5 to 6 seconds. So that'll be a nice tool to have as it advances on. And that kind of wanted to bring back to the point of Witch Slayer. I mean, as actually Gladiator, he's Invis here.
Yeah, I think this could be. Oh, and he managed to dodge it.
Oh, can he catch
the pitfall?
He can't, though. Yeah, the Showdown wouldn't have worked because of the Null Stone, so unfortunately unable to. Get a confident opening there. A Witch Slayer real quickly. Yeah, this guy had an awful start. He had all these 7 deaths in the first, 7 minutes, it felt like. It was pretty ridiculous. Speaking of Witch Slayer.
Yeah.
What is he even doing here? I guess he's trying to place a ward, but yeah, he is going to get killed.
I mean, it's a little bit too obvious, in my opinion. You know that there's going to be at least you don't know, of course, but you expect there to be a rune ward at the bottom lane, or at least a river ward, and he just walked through there without Veiled Rot or anything, and not a board, nothing, he just died. I guess he can't spare the expense, though.
Nope, top lane, by the way, Silhouette is gotta get away. She happened to tree grapple just before, and she was able to hit it. Meanwhile, Zibby with the counter initiation of the Shatterstorm. The timing was actually perfect right there. Gladiator gets picked off. Midas on the run. You see Behemoth running in here. No Fissure, though, of course, going to give him close enough for a Shockwave, maybe. Oh, Prisoner will help to secure it as he cuts him off, and there's the kill. Yeah, that Zibby timing right there. Porting in with a Shatterstorm, and then Portal King hitting both of them. I mean, that was huge from him to set up those 2 kills.
That's just fantastic. You can charge the ultimate before TPing, and then you have an instant ultimate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was a little bit greedy to continue when they saw that the ultimate was going to miss. I mean, it's just too difficult to take down the Silhouette when she has a Nullstone with only those 2 heroes. They need Deadwood so that he can't swap out or tree grapple away.
Go ahead.
Midas dying this often is really not good. He needs the PK as quickly as possible. He's on 1600 gold now, and he's just been trying to get kills when he could so easily just push out lanes. Like, there's nobody mid lane right now, and that's a lot of farm. I mean, he is top lane, of course, but he's not able to farm here for a long time, whereas mid lane gets pushed back a bit quicker.
Yeah. No, yeah, the Hellborn team, they've had their PKs and their PK heroes since 12.5 minutes. I remember talking about both Lodestone and Prisoner getting those. You compare that to the Deadwood especially, the Midases you're talking about right there. Still either one of them having it. Midas is kind of getting close, but here's 6, going to be 7 minutes later, really, by the time he does. That is pretty impactful, no doubt. Witch Slayer, though, again, wanting back to this point that, yes, he's had a horrible start. It's been underleveled, maybe, but honestly, he still is bringing that counter Silhouette factor. The power drain, the Hex, having that is still going to be very useful despite him not looking too good for the start here. Now, he is really squishy. That's the only downside, perhaps, of this. And I would have loved to get a Portal Key on him like you're talking about, but at least he still brings that middle lane. Deadwood getting caught here, the prison break, helping to secure him. And speaking of Witch Slayer again, Zibby's going pretty deep right here. And that may backfire on him, including, yes, it will. Silver Bullet comes out. to help secure that kill. Squirry now nearing 500 gold per minute after that kill, actually. And he has a shrunken head, by the way. He is really taken off here.
He's just been farming this entire time. Same thing as Haxorn, only Haxorn decided to get a PK as well. And with all the PKs on the Hellborn side, it feels almost like they're stunting their own farm or farming capabilities. I mean, PK is a fantastic item, but it only improves your farming ability by a little bit by PKing to things that quickly. Yes, teleporting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got something stuck in my throat. That was strange. Yeah, so Tremble this entire time with that lightning is just able to do so much more. And bottom lane,
Is that, I was going to say, that's a big
Illusion. Yeah. If they manage to initiate with a Deadwood Grasp, though, he can't swap out. So,
they have their ways to be able to catch him again.
uh,
So, I mean, that's why I really am still liking 2-0's chances. Again, the Witchlayer pickup, you mentioned Deadwood. He actually has a pretty good presence against Silhouette. And then Treble, of course, one of the scariest carries on the scene, no doubt. And he is having that great progress here. He's going to have a Brutalizer, most likely, here in the near future. That's what I feel like it usually would be, at least. So,
yeah. I think that Pexu is going to go for a tablet, and that's going to be great to get the Nullstone counter to Haxorn as well. If he's able to tablet first and then use Showdown, then Haxorn can't swap out either.
true.
Because then he just gets ported back.
Yeah.
It's going to be funny, though, to see him swap out before the Showdown procs, and then he ends up back where his Illusion is as well. And then, yeah, both of them right next to each other.
That would be awkward, yeah.
Yeah.
How are okay? So yeah, Midas does have the portal key. Deadwood still, man. Deadwood really is having trouble
Struggling.
getting there. I mean, he did go the Mystic Vestments even. He actually, I mean, he got the Bloodlust kill, didn't he? At the time, or no, it wasn't the Bloodlust, but he got an early kill on a Silhouette as soon as he hit level 6. So he actually had a decent start here, but
And then he tried to be really active, and it didn't really work out for him.
yeah,
Just because of the fact that, yeah, he couldn't find the kills that he wanted, and honestly, they lost out on it because Zibbe was just... Zibbe solo killed Zephyranthi in middle. And you really never want to see that happen. A Lodestone killing a Midas, very difficult to do.
yeah. Ooh, Silhouette, meanwhile,
Yeah.
going in there using her portal key to have some fun.
But look at the Veiled Rod.
This is a big chance. There's that catch. Witchlayer, great crowd control, sets up the Willowmaker. Down goes Silhouette. The burst is real enough. Loathstone in the meantime. Shadowstorm goes off. It actually kills Witchlayer, but he goes down as well in the long run. So a couple of great kills here coming out for 2-0. They say, keep killing our Witchlayer, please. That's fine. We'll gladly take 2 kills in return.
That was a huge play. That was absolutely fantastic. The 3 of them Veiled Rodded up like that.
Yeah.
Action.
Find.
Yeah. It all... I think Haxorn was also tricked a bit, like, oh, Midas is now farming top lane, I'm fine for now, and then boom. The train.
All of a sudden appeared, and he felt it right there. So Silhouette, her second death. Again, the first one happening when she was basically level 6, so it's been a while. She does have 2,100 gold saved up. What do you think Silhouette should be looking to get here?
Okay, so it seems to me that she has to start split pushing because they can take team fights, but only if they defend their base, it feels like. Because if they try and dive too far, then Behemoth might not get the optimal ultimate, or Lodestone won't be able to get a good ultimate off, because they're pretty reliant on those. So they need to defend towers in order to take good team fights. But on the Legion side, they have so much AoE stun. Okay, bottom lane, they're going to try and go for
big jump here
Scary.
to Tremble. Can he get the Shrunken Head off and survive? No, he cannot. And it's probably good that he didn't use the Shrunken at that point.
Yeah.
By the time he did, it would have been dead anyways, most likely. So good catch there.
That's a really good kill for them. Yeah, if they can keep getting pickoffs like this, then it's going to be huge. But now they know that Behemoth has a PK.
Yep.
That thing was just picked up, so... I mean, it's not awful timing for Zlapt, but I kind of thought they were going to have a much better time at bottom, but then 2-0 started evening it out.
There's that tablet on Pexu. And something else I wanted to mention, actually, just kind of remembered, too, was that, again, we had our Cycle 4 awards recently, and most improved player, actually, Pexu, getting that victory there as a Cycle 4 results, doing fantastic for this team. Top lane, Deadwood, able to actually get away from both the Silhouette and the Lodestone some way, somehow, cutting through the trees and eventually portal keys away. Right there, so Zibe, again, he really is being very active with this Lodestone, the Shatterstorm constantly. That one happens to miss, though.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, man. My throat.
It's been a
My
while.
throat.
It's been a while since you cast.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I did cast last week with Snooey on Sunday, which was good fun.
Got some good practice in there. Nice.
Yes, but here we have Lodestone. He has the Neophyte's book. Oh, nice reaction. But what do you think he's going to be going for? I honestly think that he's going to get a Storm Spirit.
Probably. I mean, that would make sense, right? It's to save the Silhouette, especially Deadwood with that upfront burst. You do got a Silver Bullet from Witchslayer to worry about too. Yeah, it seems like Storm Spirit would make sense.
Yeah, I think it's a very good item for him this game. Just he has the PK already, so he's just gonna be able to save anyone he needs to, and it's also just I honestly think he got it. Yeah, Storm Spirit is just one of the best items in the game right now. Because of all the AoE team fight from Midas as well as the Gladiator being picked so often, as well as even the Deadwood, a Storm Spirit becomes even more invaluable.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely a very, very strong item to have. So having it here for the Outborn side, especially this earlier on, pretty good for them. 26 minutes in, but we've already seen a lot of these jumps happening. Action has slowed down a little bit, as you almost would expect, coming out of the laning phase, especially with just a very, very active laning phase. Oh, Shrunken Head popped by Prisoner right there. Very preemptive. He thought that they were going to be jumping him. He actually ends up popping it. And in the end, they don't go in. So it was a waste of a Shrunken, you could say. Unfortunately, from the Prisoner bottom lane. Silhouette, that's an illusion. Okay, I was going to say they're going to collapse onto him. But ends up being an illusion, so not a big deal. And
I would like Tremble to get a Nullifier, though, this game.
Yeah.
No, I think Nullifier is a pretty nice item to have, because this game, it's against a Silhouette, and I mean, Witchslayer is nowhere near a PK or anything, so it's very likely that Witchslayer is going to be too far away to be able to really prevent Silhouette from swapping back in or anything. It's going to be too quick, so if Tremble gets a Nullifier Blade, he's going to be able to not only wreck Silhouette, also Zibe, and I mean Masera and Behemoth. They all need so much mana, and if you're able to drain, I don't know, what is it, 36 per hit, and 2 hits per hit. What is it?
72?
Yeah, 36, 72 mana a hit, and he's going to be hitting almost 2 attacks a second. So you don't really want to. You're going to lose your 715 mana really quickly, Zibe, is what I'm trying to say.
Just by saying that, it makes me realize just how awful Power Drain is as an ability, other than against Silhouette to kill these illusions. I know we talked about that the other day when we saw it too. I just love this ability, how it's it drains mana and it also instantly kills illusions just because. It's not a whole lot of reason behind it, just because.
It's something I think back from Warcraft 3, where there were those mana drain abilities, and it was just dispels summoned units or illusions, and that brought its way into Dota 1, and it sticks, and I like it. Witchslayer is a hero we don't see enough, and I really like the hero.
No, it's a nice niche for sure. It's just I just can't find it amusing.
It's just very niche. It is one hero niche, and most people don't even pick it up even then.
Well, they're starting to get a little bit. Again, it's not the second time we've seen it recently. And remembering that, that's right. Silhouette without powerful and how active she is. That's something to think about. Electrician's, of course, another one that comes to mind. Haven't seen a lot of him though lately.
But Electrician is also fantastic versus Hellbringer.
Yep, very good.
I love Staff of the Master as well. It's also very strong versus Parasite. You can insta-gib both puzzle box minions. And because you're so tanky, the true damage doesn't really bother you that much. You put up the shield and you take less damage.
Middle lane, oof. Pexi doing a good job using that showdown right there, going up to farm and then porting himself back. You saw Lodestone and Luna collapsing onto him. But with the showdown, he was more than fine. So the map has really opened up, especially for 2-0 right here. And you can just kind of tell, I mean, they're just so much more comfortable now. And look at Midas. This is a Midas that we mentioned earlier was struggling to get a portal key. Now he has a portal key and a Storm Spear and another 1,600 gold saved up on top of that.
He has to get a sheep stick now, though. He really has to get a sheepstick. He can farm the most out of any of the non-carries. So Tremble's gonna be taking up a lot of space, but Midas is able to farm in dangerous locations, especially now with that Storm Spirit, without that much damage to himself. Mid lane though, Witch Slayer is gonna be finding Lodestone.
Ew!
Nope.
Couldn't press W in time. Be able to portal key away quickly, so. I do find it interesting that Witch Slayer is actually leveling up power drain over miniaturization.
Yeah, I don't the cooldown reduction, but look at this.
Yeah, there's a
Midas.
catch here in the top jungle. Midas will barely be able to get away, but Prisoner, no, another portal key. And now Prisoner's in a bad spot, actually. Meanwhile, here comes Tremble. He's going to end up finishing off Behemoth before he can do much. He didn't even get a shockwave off. Down goes Prisoner as well, and this is definitely a victory for 2-0. They want more out of it. Silhouette is going to be just enough distance, so 5,300 gold on Tremble, by the way, so he's going to have another massive item coming up here, and they just won a fight.
Okay, I want to take back what I said with him going Nullfire Blade. He needs to start thinking about the late game.
A wing bow.
A wing bow!
There you go.
And then he buys it. I like it. I love it. I mean, Silhouette is not at all close to a Savage right now. He's gonna have one of the hammers, Warhammers. Is it called a Warhammer? Yes. And I'm not even sure. Well, yeah, okay. Silhouette is gonna want a Savage, so he can just backdoor easily.
She's going to be really squishy. You know, I guess this isn't really a shrunken. I don't know though. That's tough because it kind of is a shrunken game, but.
Yeah, 2-0's draft is really, really smart. They have stuff that goes through Shrunken as well as Magic from Midas, and then on top of it all, you have Pexu with a Magic thing that goes through Shrunken. Yeah.
About that.
No, but either way, Shrunken is not an item you want on Silhouette in most situations, just because of the fact you have the illusions. You're very sneaky in the first place, but oh god.
Uh-oh. After running uphill, that's usually pretty scary, and no different here. However, he gets pulled back. He got showdown. He thought he was fine. No, he was not. A big hook from Prisoner, but he did hook in Tremble, and you see Tremble now in those front lines. So big hook, maybe not so much. Lodestone goes down. Tremble still chasing. Silhouette will join the party, but you see, she's just kiting this whole time. She's done very little to no damage. They did kill Deadwood, but that is it so far. Prisoner trying to help out. Silhouette got caught. No, she's able to swap out at the last second, going to survive. However, she comes back in, going for Witch Slayer. The showdown's going to bring her back, if anything, and yep, she will go down. Haxron, very greedy play to go back in there, and he ends up getting caught, paying his life for it. Aluna gets picked off, and a 4-for-1 exchange ultimately in favor of 2-0, and they officially, for the first time in this game now, have the gold and experience lead here.
That wingbow, though.
Yep.
That wingbow saved them that fight so heavily. I mean, there were a couple of auto attacks that Silhouette was pounding into Tremble, and he was just able to do so much damage with it. And I was about to say, okay, you kind of need the Nullfire now so that they can't get away, really. And Whispering Helm on Tremble as well now.
Late game.
Yeah, that's really late game, though. And if Haxton wants to start backdooring a bit more, I mean, I know it's very difficult. Oh. Okay.
I didn't catch that, but yeah, Gladiator just got picked up in Atlanta, right?
Yep. Okay, Witch Slayer farmed a Void Talisman. I kind of like it, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic counter to Silhouette as well as Masera, Prisoner, Zibe. I mean, it's mixed damage. So does it still work, or is it only the magic damage? That's actually something interesting.
I think it would only be then half the damage, yeah. I don't know. That's a good point. I think it would. Yeah, I would say, if I had to guess, I believe it would basically be half damage.
Yeah. I think half damage is still enough to kill a Witch Slayer, but...
It's good against Prisoner and Silhouette, as you mentioned, though, so those are the main reasons, I'm sure.
But, man, once Witch Slayer picks up a PK, he's going to be so much more useful.
That's where I think it's a little, like, honestly, he had, like, 1,500 gold right there. I feel like he could have just saved up for the portal key and...
Or just take some space for yourself and get a portal key. It's so strong on Witch Slayer.
Yeah. Yeah, we were even kind of mentioning earlier about his power drain leveling. Like you said, the lesser cooldown, there is a little value in that, I guess. But, I mean, the longer hex on miniaturization from, it's only 2 seconds now, it goes up to 3.5 at level 4. It's level 2 right now, so basically an extra 1.5 seconds that you get on that seems pretty useful.
Yeah. I mean, I think he just wants the cooldown reduction as much as possible, so he can cancel the nullstone as well as cancel the illusion within 10 seconds. But yeah, as you're saying, miniaturize is so strong. It's such a good disable. It's instant, and once he gets the PK, it's even better. And oh, they found a Luna, and they found Zibe.
Look at that pitfall. Vexu just so on top of it. Luna's easy kill. Is he gonna silver bullet? Yeah, he's like, okay, I just want the skill. Might as well.
Okay, his Laptor's gonna run away, actually.
Yeah, that would have been silly to go in right there. They were not really set up to fight. They need that Savage on Silhouette.
I really feel they now know where 2-0 is placed, and Haxron is doing a good job of already being in the top lane, but I think it just might be too little too late, to be honest. It doesn't feel like he did the split pushing effectively enough. Okay, he is going to find a mound.
Well, that's good. I mean, meanwhile, Conger's going down.
Yeah, meanwhile, Conger's going down to a solo Tremble.
Yeah. I mean, the Savage Mace, as you mentioned, it's great against a Wingbow, of course, and yes, it will even help the split push idea that much more stronger as far as pushing uphill especially, but God, is he squishy. And I do remember that last fight especially really told us a story of, he basically kited the whole time. Like, he was just simply trying to survive that whole time. And I know that's kind of usually how a Silhouette plays, yes. So you're not going to get insane amount of auto attacks off in fights, but that's my worry. And but I guess that just goes back to, if you're the Hellborn team, you're not looking to pick big team fights. You're looking to just split push with Silhouette and to win that way here. So
yeah.
Top lane, Midas, he is going to be caught here. Should be a kill. Yes, it will be.
Serenia with the kill steal.
Oh, did he actually get it? Yeah.
Yeah, with the power throw.
Nice.
From mid lane. But, yeah, what you were saying is they want to be split pushing this, but you can still take team fights with Silhouette. He just needs to not go for Tremble, because if he gets anywhere close to Tremble, he's going to get targeted down. He needs to go for Witchley in the background. Deadwood. I mean, Deadwood's not really that tanky. He has 1400 HP, and I mean, he does have a Soul's Bulwark, but that's not enough armor to really deter Haxron from going on him. And Pexu is also just doing so much in those team fights. He really needs to go for the supporting cast rather than Tremble.
Yeah. Oh, you see Deadwood right here. That confused me for a second, but he actually is carrying the Whispering Hell of Tremble.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the token's on Tremble, of course, so give that back when necessary. But yeah, Deadwood, Soul's Bulwark, obviously a great item to have as well. Full Demonic eventually. Still a ways off. You mentioned a Sheepstick on Midas. He is actually getting close. 4,500 gold. Look at this top lane, though. There's that pressure. He has Power Drain? Is he?
That's Geometer's. It's a Geometer's illusion.
Does it not instantly kill that?
It does, but why bother?
I mean, why not? Like, I don't know. that just feels kind of weird to me. Like, why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
only a 10-second cooldown. It's not like there's a big fight coming up there, but
yeah, okay. He didn't feel like it.
I guess so.
And talking about Deadwood, on the other side of the spectrum, we have Prisoner doing the exact same thing, picking up the Soul's Bulwark, but on top of it, he also has the Shrunken Head. Yeah. And I haven't really seen that coming into play there, except for that time where he might have misused it a little bit.
Yep, where he used it expecting something and it didn't really happen. So,
yeah,
again, we mentioned that earlier with the Silhouette possibly, and it's just, this is really a good draft here on this Legion side in that aspect, especially of where an item like a Shrunken Head isn't going to counter a lot. There's still a lot that will happen to you as far as damage, especially Deadwood and Tremble. They really don't care at all about a Shrunken Head. So, and then maybe Witchslayer will get a Staff of the Master. Be able to superior magic is ultimate.
That just seems like such a silly Staff of the Master effect. Like, Pyro has an effect. It becomes
explodes around him. Yeah.
It explodes around him. It's fiery death. Blah blah. I would have liked to see Witchlayers become AoE because it pierces the person. It's a line.
That'd be like a line AoE. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Oh, Silhouette. Meanwhile, that's a real one for now.
Almost.
No, it's fake.
Yeah.
Yes, yep, they realize that immediately. Well,
but Tremble catches the real one.
That's we're watching the fake one die, and then meanwhile Tremble, he's like, "Don't worry, guys, I got the real one over here." Brutalizer procs,
as well as Midas, and now Midas has the Sheepstick. He should really pick it up before they push up, and at the same time, Scary should get that Symbol of Rage, and then they can just break base right now.
Oh yeah, no, he has more than enough gold for a symbol plus buyback here. So Yeah, well,
Well,
again, he has a token.
not buyback, but yeah, but tokens out in 1 minute. He should just buy it though. There's no use to push this up with 5.6k gold. I mean, they're 7k gold ahead, but really all that gold's in Midas right now, and he's still not picking up the sheep stick.
Yeah, I guess he wouldn't have a buyback still. But yeah, 6,300 Gs, yeah, he really should get the sheep stick as he's pushing it. That's a lot of value. I mean, the whole lead right now for this Legion team, when you factor in the gold saved up on the Hellborn side, I guess it's fairly even. But it seems like that 7,000 goldie right now is pretty much even because of the fact they're just pooling up all this gold here on the Legion side. So yeah, it seems a little silly to commit to too much. But they aren't going to commit to it, it seems like. They figure, okay, let's fall back, let's get those items. And
there's the symbol now picked up. But I mean, he has a bottle when bottle really isn't that much use anymore. I mean, it's nice for picking up really, really clutch runes and stuff. But other than that, the Blessed Orb, I mean, it might just save your life. Having that 190 extra HP or the 110 extra mana, it's just...
Yeah.
Like the...
It's good. Hey, don't... Man, there's a player by the name of Teltuk here on the scene that has been playing a little bit more for BMG now recently, and
he used to be on my team. Yeah, I know Teltuk well.
You've maybe heard of him, yeah?
Maybe.
Let's just say if you're annoyed by that, then you would love to cast him. Oh boy.
Oh man. Well, what happened? Explain.
Well, he's infamous for a while back. He was playing Chipper, and he saved like over 4,500 gold when all he had was like Steam Boots, and that was it. And then he ended up right-clicking a Staff of the Master. And then there's a recent performance. God, I forget the game it was, but there's a recent performance where he was playing something that he just pulled up an insane amount of gold. He was playing Parasite is what it was, and he ended up going like Assassin Shroud. And then something else, and he refused to go Puzzle Box, which seemed like would have been so good that game, especially. And he was just doing some weird things, man.
Okay, man, I love Parasite, so not going Puzzle Box, man. I've gotten like these reflexes with Parasite where it's just R, use Puzzle Box, and Q, and then I instantly use the Mana Drain as well. It's just which there. Never mind, he's going to be fine. But Luna might be in some trouble.
Oh, well, now that's going to kind of make it after they were trying to sandwich right there, but now Prisoner, he's in trouble in the front lines. God of Arms catches. Behemoth dies once again before he can get up any kind of shockwave. Prisoner goes down. Lowstone Shadowstorm hitting minimal right there, and now he's on the run. Silhouette, again, she's just simply running right here, as that was not a fight that Sync could have taken right there, and they clearly get wiped up as a 4 for nothing happens.
Go push. This is where you push.
This is where you win the game.
But really, SCSC, I think that he is one of the biggest reasons why 2-0 is doing so well. He picked off the Behemoth before Behemoth did anything that fight. And no Behemoth ulti in a fight, you might as well not pick the hero.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Behemoth impact definitely has not been large at all, and you really need that, of course, with how strong of a hero he is on the scene. But I really think this does go back to, Tremble is one of these heroes. Whenever a team allows him to be picked up, you always kind of...
Shit happens.
At the end of the game, if that Tremble team is victorious, which happens more so than not, you kind of look at that and like, well, they probably should not have let him pick that up, so...
Has Quincy stopped doing stats, or
he still does them actually? I still get them from him every cycle, but he's busy with a lot of real life stuff right now. He did mention that he may actually be coming back here in the near future to do it during casts as well. So.
All right.
But
I'm excited already.
Yeah. Yeah. Get Quincy.
Me and Quincy kind of know each other rather well.
Go back a while.
Yeah. I kind of started co-casting because of him.
Yeah. I do remember that.
Without a doubt, and he would just love to do something like this right now.
Talk stats.
This.
Tremble is a strong hero. that's the stat.
That is the stat. No, but like you're saying, Tremble is he's such a fantastic hero because he has global presence. He's able to hard carry. Once he has the lightning, he has a fantastic farming ability. Plus, he has lockdown, and something that makes him tankier. I think a ranged carry is still like a ranged carry. I don't know. Clanks might still outcarry him in the end just because of mobility's sake, but it's close, man. Tremble is just able to put so much into the ganking as well as the actual carrying that.
It's just really, when you think about how this game began as well, again, the lead was, as we do have initiation
Midland.
middle lane, there's that jump. This is on Tremble.
Nice
He drops down flat, but
Storm
the Storm Spirit comes out in clutch. The Symbol of Rage popped. He's filling up a little bit. They're keeping him locked down, but it's not going to be long enough in the end. He is going to stay alive. He is low, but he remains alive. Nobody dies. Unbelievable. However, Lodestone is going to be that first victim. There's the call to arms to absolutely secure it. And actually, Aluna got a little... She was trying to make something happen there at the end, and she will get picked off too. So nobody died after that initial jump. And then eventually the Legion team resets and kills two, and now here comes the middle push here.
What did I tell you? Storm Spirit is one of the best items in the game.
Yep.
Without a doubt. And for its price, like, the price was even reduced from 1K to 800 to make it slightly easier to get as well. The recipe.
Yep.
Why not? It's fantastic.
If they don't have a Storm Spirit there, Tremble's dead, and that fight is obviously completely different. Yeah, no, it's obviously a powerful item. And that could be the game-winning fight right there. As there's another set of racks. You see Silhouette coming back in, but splits up, starts putting in some auto attacks, but as soon as Tremble gets on her, she just melts. The vote you can see coming out. Game one will go to 2-0 here in this two-game series against Sync Esports. Again, you know, the way this game started, Sync had a great start at that bottom lane. Witchslayer had 7 deaths in the first 7 minutes. And some way, somehow, 2-0 just calmed it down. They got the kill at the top lane of Deadwood. Squirry just managed to farm throughout all of that chaos, and they come out on top.
I mean, it looked terrible for 2-0. But we have to see that entire time that Scary was just getting last hits. He was 260 GPM when Witchslayer was absolutely having a horrible time, and they just got 1 return kill. And then Tremble just never died. I mean, it's nice. It's awesome. You're able to start snowballing by killing Witchslayer over and over again, but they really need to turn that into something to shut down Tremble as well. And the one time they did go for Tremble, Tremble managed to survive with like 100 HP.
Yeah.
So... yeah, they didn't shut down the right hero. I mean, Cyrox took all the space.
Yeah, he's like, you know what, kill me, that's fine. And so he has the last laugh at the end, that's for sure, with the team's victory right there. Now, again, it's interesting because I know a lot of people might be saying, oh, you better ban Tremble. Well, it's actually up to 2-0 to ban Tremble because they're Hellborn this time. So if they don't